So now we're going to look at how you can chain attacks together. This is something quite important in Cane. So if you think back to the boxing analogy, where I talked about, I compare Cane to boxing a lot because I have a great fondness for boxing and a great fondness for Cane. And, you know, two good things lead to two good things put together make an awesome thing. As the great philosopher Strongbad once said. All right, so we're going to look at how you can turn a tip slash into a full primed blow. So where I might have an opponent who's quite close, and usually the difference between doing a tip slash and a full cane blow is how close your opponent is. If they're at extension distance or just beyond, at like my short lunge distance, then I need to do a tip slash because anything else can get me counter hit. Or in a street fight, the bigger problem is I'll prime and my opponent will just like rush in and crash tackle me. So what I do is I throw a tip slash, prime, attack. So let's start with just that combination. I'm going to do a tip slash to the hands. This is a number 7 straight down to the hand. I'm going to retract to my St. George guard and then deliver a cut number 1 to the face. So just practice that. So flash the hand, retract, cut to the face. I'm just getting some chat messages, so I might quickly check what those are just to make sure there's not a problem. Or not. Okay, so I think someone's just texting me. So sorry about that. But let's get back to it. So from here, tip slash to the hand, and this is a blow to about hand height. Retract to St. George and cut. Right, so tip slash to the hand, retract to St. George and cut. Tip slash to the hand, retract to St. George, and you notice I'm pulling so my body is straight on to really pull back and get that power. And cut to the face. And the idea behind this is that my strike to the hand will, cause my opponent to pull their hand away or just to be injured, to like lose grip of their cane, which gives me enough time to look at the opening. All right. So let's look at that. Let's look at a different combination. And one thing you can all do in your own time, which is a lot of fun, is come up with your own combinations. See which, what series of techniques you prefer. And here we're going to throw a cut 2 to the face. I'm going to pull back to high octave and throw a really big cut 2 to the face. So the idea is I'll hit my opponent in the face, retracted, and come through with a really, really big hit. So start off with tip slash, retract, blow, or big cut. So, slash, retract, cut. 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 All right. So let's look at another combination. What I'm going to do is throw a tip slash number 1, retract to high octave, throw a rising cut. The idea is to get my opponent to react, even if there's one thing, I don't need them necessarily to be hit by this, I just need them to react to bring their hand up, so that when I throw this attack, I can tack and I can really hit hard down on their cane hand to try and disable it. So, starting off, cut 1, retract, rising cut. 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 All right. Now let's look at one more combination. So this is, I've kind of run out the pre-prepared ones I had, but I want to improvise one together, not for any particularly show-offy reason, but more to make the point that you should start thinking about how you can improvise different combinations and come up with your own thing. So I might start with a cut to the face, retract to a high prime guard, and then throw a rising cut. And this can be a rising cut under the chin. I'm going to say it's a rising cut under the chin because that is quite, there's quite a powerful cut, but if I'm being less polite, that could be a blow to the fork of the legs. So what we said for that was cut to, St. George, rising cut. 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 And just once more for luck, cut to, St. George, rising cut. And so you can have a lot of fun with this. I'm quite fond of flow drills where throw, retract, throw, throw another cut, and just kind of keep moving and sort of vary between light cuts and heavier sorts of, heavier cane blows, more debilitating cane blows. Even try and get some footwork in there, just to even throw some parries in, throw returns to guard, just to essentially shadow box and kind of get a sense of, how you use the weapon, how you kind of chain things together. And then if you get into sort of more advanced cane fighting where, you're dealing with multiple opponents, stuff like that, you can also add in vaults to change direction, which is quite cool. All right, so before we finish up, does anyone have any questions, comments, conundrums, condemnations, communications, compliments? Yeah, run out of words. So that's looking like no one does. So that we'll finish up for the night there. Certainly, if you're watching this as a recording, that's kind of the end of the lesson. But if you're here now at the live stream, we're going to hang around now and just kind of chat for a bit. Kind of, if anyone wants to ask sort of less formal questions or anything like that, they can do so then. But otherwise, yeah, just I'll put this recording up soon, and hopefully you'll be able to come to one of the future lessons.